So today let us start the next program. Previous class we were studying about an array, how to input an array, how to output an array, and how to search for a given element in an array if it is of integer size. That's what our next program. So a program to search for a number in an array and display the whatever the array you have entered. So first dimension of the array. So n elements to an array, such the element x. So the output should be the position of the element is found. If not found, you have to display the message not found. This is what exactly the array of integers of size n to search. We'll go to the next coding. Okay. So this is the maximum number of elements that can be stored in an array is 25 have taken. The same way we have used hash define. So using this tag array max size, wherever you use this array max size, 25 will be replaced in that. So as usual, we are calling function main function. See, for example, please understand the main function, a return type is always integer. So if it is successful, it will always return a positive integer value. So who will call this main function? OS will call the main function. So once the main function is called, it will get inside. So an integer array of max size 25 is declared. See, array of max size I'm using 25. So I have declared an array variable of type integer with the size 25. So size is the variable of type integer. X is the variable of type integer. So now I have taken one more variable called x position and I'm initializing it to -1. I'm using this for if it's not found, assumes not found. Next, I'm using one variable called I of type integer. Now, prompt and read the dimension of the array. So using printf function, I'm asking the user to enter the dimension of the array. So the user, whatever he has entered, it will get and stored into the variable called size using scanf function. So this is what the syntax for reading. %d indicates it's for integer. We're storing an integer value. Where you're storing? In the size variable. So ampersand address operator. Then you have to, after reading that dimension, then you have to prompt and read the elements of the array. Same way, we have using printf function. Enter the elements of an array. You have to tell that will be saved in that enter the whatever the value has entered that will be stored in size. We are displaying the message to the user. This is what the size you have entered. Now you should read that values continuously. We'll start entering the value one after the other, one after the other. Using for loop, you have to read the elements of an array. For I is equal to 0, so start with the index 0. It will check the condition. If I less than size, only then, if the condition is true, only then it will get inside the for loop and it will read the element because you have used a scanf function you have written here. So %d indicates integer. You are reading into the array by name ARRAY I. So first is index is 0. So array of 0, array of 1, array of 2 like that. Till it is less than 5, it will read. All the values will be read to an array. Now your prompt, you have to prompt and read the search element. That's why using printf statement, you are asking the user to enter the search element. You are displaying onto the screen. On the screen you have to display. So enter the search element. It will display. Then that whatever he has entered will be read to the x variable through scanf function. Then you have to display the array. Whatever the user has entered, you're supposed to display. So display an array. So elements of the array is, again, if you want to display for I is equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus. You have to printf because you are displaying. First, it will print array of 0. Again, it will print array of 1 like that. Check. So what is user in the process of printing? You are supposed to check the value because x is a variable. In the x, the value to be searched is entered. So if that variable x, if it is equal to whatever the user has entered, array of 0, you have to check in if this x is equal to array of 0, what is the position? You have to read. Means if x is equal to array of 5 means what? The element you're finding, that element, if it is equal to this array of 0, then the position you're sending the position. Position is I plus 1. Why I plus 1? Because index always starts from 0. If x position is not in, if it's not minus 1, implies element has found. So if minus 1 is not equal to x position, it's understood that search element at the position, which position? X position. Otherwise, search element not found. So you're returning the 0 value. So this is what the program output. You will enter the dimension of the array as entered as 10. So 10 elements you will enter. So like this, you will enter the elements. So which elements to be searched? That you're supposed to enter. So enter the search element. As entered user, if suppose user has entered, assume that user has entered 67. Then how exactly the output comes? Search element is 67 and is found, see, it's found at the position 3. 1, 2, 3, third position. So this is how exactly the output should be displayed. This is how the search process or program will work. So if you have any queries, you can write to me. And also you can subscribe to our YouTube channel